Saw The Internship. I very much love this film. Very funny.
Thank you.
You guys do an amazing job. You play interns at Google. It's a very funny idea. And I'm just curious, of the two of you in real life, who is more tech savvy?
Well, I don't know that either one of us are going to blow people away with our tech savviness. Maybe I would get the slight edge, only because I think you were one of the last people to even get a cell phone.
That's
You only
true.
had
That's
that a
true.
couple years ago.
That's true.
How late did you get a cell phone?
I only had a cell phone. I've had it for about maybe just around 3 years, and I'm glad that I have it now. So it's like, but I don't know that having cell phones necessarily Owen qualifies as like tech savvy. You know what I mean? That's
No,
like
but you were still using even like that number that you would call when you were a kid to get the time and temperature.
That's right.
You were still even doing that.
Well, I thought
You would call the operator for the time?
I thought it was important to plan my day. I had to make sure, and then when I hung up, I'm like, is it still that time? So I'd have to call right back. Do you remember that, Younger? That was a crazy thing to call.
I remember you would call that lady and you'd find the time, and you back then you had a
temperature,
watch.
too.
Yeah,
Right.
temperature.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
But I'm curious, why didn't you have a phone for so long? I mean, how did you last that long without a cell phone? What would you do?
Well, I kind of felt like I didn't want to.
Assistants.
I didn't have any assistants either, but I kind of felt like people had the cell phone, that's all they were was on the cell phone, and I needed a break. And people call you, like mainly agents and stuff like that, and I couldn't be bothered with these animals. I like their spirit, but at some point I needed a break. But then I realized when I got it, it was good because you could stay in touch. My wife actually, when on Father's Day, got it for me, and so then I had it. But it didn't bother me. I like the old system where they'd leave you a message and then you would call them back at some point.
But I was also one of the last people to have a computer. The first thing I had was like an iPad, and I remember having an assistant that I thought was like a genius because I didn't even know you could literally just Google questions and stuff. So I'd ask this assistant stuff, and he'd fire back with like, you know, first it was like easy stuff, like how many showings of this movie this weekend. Then I'd try to stump him with like, what's the composition of air, and just instantly get answers. And I was like, this guy shouldn't be my assistant. He should be working for the Pentagon.
You had no idea that he was listening to you and just Googling the answers. You thought you were working for the smartest person in the world.
I thought he's like, you know, that he was wasting his time working with me.
What's the, now I have experienced, I went to the Google campus. It is, and you portray it in the movie, it's a world, it's like out of a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you portrayed it, but it really is a fantastical world.
It really is a little bit, to me, it was like being at Club Med or Sandals because it was like
An all-inclusive resort.
resort. You didn't pay for any of the food, but yet they had like backgammon, or like you could play volleyball. They had nap pods. There was like swimming pools. You're never more than 150 feet away from food, which is a good thing and can be a dangerous thing as well. And then they played an intramural sport, Quidditch, like the game from Harry Potter, where you run away with the bone between your legs.
Yeah.
And that felt like a high injury risk of a sport to begin with.
Yes. I think when we were there, this was like, I saw some guys go by on like a round bicycle.
Yes.
That's right.
And it's like these brainiacs. It's a special world they've created, and they were all drinking like fruit smoothies on a round bicycle that went by, and they're all like, giggling.
Pretty good.
Well, we have a clip here from The Internship. I don't know which scene this is. This might be the interview. Is this the interview?
I think it could be. This is when Owen and I first have to have an interview to see if we can get the gig to start at Google.
And you guys have no business working there at all, and this is your attempt to talk yourselves into the internship.
Well, we don't have the traditional resume, I'll put it that way, yeah.
Let's go to this clip from The Internship.
We're going to ask you a few questions that some of our candidates find a little bit odd.
Let's get
No
weird.
judgment, shoot. You're shrunken down to the size of nickels and dropped to the bottom of a blender. What do you do? It's not so much getting out of the blender, it's what happens next.
You've got two nickel-sized men free in the world. Think of the possibilities.
I mean, I'm top of my head and I'm just
My
spitballing
head's
here.
swimming.
Sunglass repair? We'd be hell on those little screws.
Or maybe stick us in those submarines that they put in people's bodies to fight diseases.
Okay, that's not a real thing, the submarines.
No.
Wait a minute, I thought we were stuck in a blender. Now we're saving lives? What?
What?
What? Wait a minute, we were stuck in a blender
What a journey.
and now we're saving lives?
You
What?
guys led us to this. Thank you.